Magandang araw! Sama-sama tayong matuto sa Teacher Self Learning Resource Channel. English 4, Quarter 1, Week 2. For the content, we have comprehending informational text through noting important information through outlining. Outline important events of an informational text read. Drawing conclusions about an informational text read. Summarizing an informational text read. For the short review, give the elements of a story. The elements of a story are characters, setting, goal or problem, major events, and ending or resolution. For our lesson purpose, our lesson this week will cover reading informational text. Here is a sample of an informational text. Health Advisory Dengue. Dengue fever and dengue hemorrhagic fever are acute viral infections that affect infants, young children, and adults. Cause: bite of an Aedes aegypti mosquito infected with any one of the 4 dengue viruses. Treatment: do not give aspirin for fever. Give sufficient amount of water or rehydrate a dengue suspect. If fever or symptoms persist for 2 or more days, bring the patient to the nearest hospital. Here are the signs and symptoms. Sudden onset of high fever, which may last from 2 to 7 days. Joint and muscle pain and pain behind the eyes. Weakness. Skin rashes. Nose bleeding when fever starts to subside. Abdominal pain. Vomiting of coffee-colored matter. Dark-colored stools. And difficulty of breathing. Prevention and control. Follow the 4S against dengue. Search and destroy. Self-protection measures. Seek early consultation. And say yes to fogging when there is an impending outbreak or a hotspot. What is the poster about? The poster is about how to prevent and treat dengue. What important information can we get from the poster? It tells us what causes dengue, its symptoms, treatment, and how to prevent it. How can we protect ourselves from dengue? We can protect ourselves by keeping our surroundings clean and using mosquito repellents. Is the poster helpful? What makes it helpful? Yes, the poster is helpful because it gives easy steps to avoid dengue. For the unlocking content area vocabulary, create a word map. Draw images, shapes, and/or arrows to show how the following words are connected. Virus, infection, sore throat, sneezing, and immune system. Here is a sample word map. Explain how the words relate to each other. You can work in pairs of small groups. Answer the following questions. What are colds? How do kids catch colds? What are the symptoms of a cold? How can you feel better if you get a cold? How can you avoid getting a cold? Let's read an informational text about colds. What are colds? A cold is an infection that affects your nose, throat, and sinuses. Tiny germs called cold viruses get inside your body and make you sick. The rhinovirus, say rhinovirus, is the most common cold virus, but more than 200 viruses can cause colds. Unfortunately, there isn't a vaccine or shot to prevent the common cold, but your body already has the best cold cure, your immune system. This is what fights illness in your body. White blood cells are the immune system's main warriors. They're your own private army working to help you feel better. How do kids catch colds? Mucus is wet, slimy stuff inside the nose, mouth, and throat. When someone sneezes or coughs, tiny mucus drops that you cannot see float in the air. Breathing in these droplets can spread a cold from one person to another. You also can catch a cold if you touch your eyes, nose, or mouth after touching something with cold viruses on it. Computers, cell phones, door handles, light switches, and your school desk are all hotspots for viruses. Be sure to wash your hands well and often, as this helps wash off viruses you pick up throughout the day. What are the symptoms of a cold? After you have contact with a cold virus, it takes 2 to 3 days for cold symptoms to begin. You may have some of these symptoms with a cold: sore throat, coughing, or a tickle in the throat. Sneezing or congestion, stuffy nose, feeling very tired, mild fever, 100 degrees to 101 degrees Fahrenheit, or 37.2 degrees Celsius to 37.8 degrees Celsius. Body aches, low appetite, or not feeling hungry. How can I feel better? Here are some feel better tips if you get a cold. Bring on the heat. Hot drinks and soup soothe coughs and sore throats, while also clearing mucus. Here are some feel better tips if you get a cold. Get steamed up. A steamy shower helps stuffy or irritated noses. You can also use a humidifier, a small, quiet machine that sprays a cool mist into the air to relieve your scratchy throat and stuffy nose. Humidifiers make room air moist, which loosens mucus. Drink plenty of liquids. Drinking enough will help you feel better. Popsicles and ice pops count too. Just make sure they're not loaded with sugar. Blow your nose regularly. Blowing your nose is the best way to get rid of mucus. Rest. Take a nap or go to bed a little earlier for a few nights. How can I avoid getting a cold? The best thing you can do to prevent getting a cold is to wash your hands, often with warm water and soap, especially before and after eating. You can use hand sanitizer when you don't have water or soap, but hand sanitizer won't remove things like dirt or grease. You can also keep your body in good shape to help prevent colds by being active, avoiding stress, eating a balanced diet, and getting enough rest. Doing these things will help your body fight cold viruses better, meaning you might not always get sick when you come in contact with them. Take that, cold viruses. For the work example, let's have activity number 1, information sheet on colds. Objective, note important information in informational text. Materials needed, pens. Instructions, read the online article about colds and complete the information sheet. What are colds? A cold is an infection that affects your nose, throat, and sinuses. Cold viruses get inside your body and make you sick. The best cold cure is your immune system. Mucus droplets can spread a cold from one person to another. Touching your eyes, nose, or mouth after touching something with cold viruses can make you catch a cold. What are the symptoms of a cold? Sore throat, coughing, or a tickle in the throat, sneezing or stuffy nose, feeling very tired, mild fever, 37.2 degrees Celsius to 37.8 degrees Celsius, body aches, low appetite or not feeling hungry. How can I feel better? Drink hot drinks and soup. Get a steamy shower or use a humidifier. Drink plenty of liquids. Blow your nose to get rid of mucus. Take a nap or go to bed earlier. How can I avoid getting a cold? Wash your hands often. Be active. Avoid stress. Eat a balanced diet. Get enough rest. Let's read an informational text entitled, "Why do I need to wash my hands?" This is written by Dr. Yamini Durrani and published at Nemours Kids Health website. Why do I need to wash my hands? Did you wash your hands? How many times did you hear that today? Probably a lot. But why are adults so hung up on hand washing? Why are they so in love with lather? Washing your hands is the best way to stop germs from spreading. Think about all of the things that you touched today, from the telephone to the toilet. Maybe you blew your nose in a tissue and then went outside to dig around the dirt. Whatever you did today, you came into contact with germs. It's easy for a germ on your hand to end up in your mouth. Think about how many foods you eat with your hands. You can't wear rubber gloves all day long, but you can wash your hands so those germs don't get a chance to make you or someone else sick. When should I wash my hands? So when are the best times to wash your hands? When your hands are dirty, before eating or touching food, like if you're helping cook or bake, for example. After using the bathroom, after blowing your nose or coughing, after touching pets or other animals, after playing outside, before and after visiting a sick relative or friend. What's the best way to wash my hands? Now, you have the when and the why of hand washing. But did you know that a lot of people don't know how to get their paws perfectly clean? The next time you're told to step up to the sink and scrub up, remember these handy hits. Use warm or cold, not hot water when you wash your hands. Use whatever soap you like. Some soaps come in cool shapes and colors or smell nice. But whatever kind gets you scrubbing is the kind you should use. Antibacterial soaps are okay to use, but regular soap works fine. Work up some lather on both sides of your hands, front and back, your wrists and between your fingers. Don't forget to wash around your nails. This is one place germs like to hide. Wash for about 10 to 15 seconds, about how long it takes to sing happy birthday. Sing it quickly 2 times or just once if you go nice and slow. Rinse and dry well with a clean towel. For activity number 2, let's have a story map. Objective: note important information in informational text. Materials needed: pens. Instructions: read the online article about hand washing and complete the information sheet. Why is hand washing so important? Washing your hands is the best way to stop germs from spreading. When should you wash my hands? Wash your hands when your hands are dirty, before eating or touching food, after using, after blowing your nose or coughing, after touching pets or animals, after playing outside, before and after visiting a sick relative or friend. What is the best way to wash your hands? Use warm or cold water. Use whatever soap you like. Work up some lather on both sides of your hands, your wrist, and between your fingers. Wash around your nails. Wash for about 10 to 15 seconds, about how long it takes to sing happy birthday. Rinse and dry well with a clean towel. What should one remember when reading for information? When reading for information, remember to stay focused on what you need to learn. What will help us identify which information is important? Headings, keywords, and repeated ideas help us find what information is important. Complete this exit sleep form by answering the questions. What did we do this week for our English lesson? What is important about what we did? How well did I do? For your formative assessment, work in small groups to create an informational poster. Examples shown in the lesson purpose activity can be revisited for models. The details in the information sheet can be used in designing the posters. The posters can be done digitally using PowerPoint or Canva. You can also bring art materials and picture cutouts to work on a poster using cartolina or bond paper.